So it's 2007. The church is about a year and a half old at this point, and we had such explosive growth. We were running out of room. Literally had 4 worship experiences going on at Providence High School. We are stretched beyond capacity. We got people standing along the walls. We knew that this was a great problem, but we needed a solution. We needed to find more space because we needed to keep growing.
You know, we're thinking we need a building, and I was already working on the building, and it was close to happening. We get the letter of intent, everything's coming together. And so now we're gonna be raising money for a building. We're doing it the old-fashioned way, the only way that we knew was even possible. And it's the most effective way, it's proven, it's what the consultants say we have to do, and it all worked out where we've got a building and we've got a campaign starting, and so it's perfect. And then the building falls through.
I said, "I'm sorry, Chunks. It sounded like you said we lost the building that we're going to show the people tonight, the one that we rented buses to show people, to take them over there and show them the building for the capital campaign that we're starting tonight with our leaders." Chunks came in a few minutes later and said, "Do you want me to cancel the buses?" And I said, I don't even know why I said it to this day, but the words came out of my mouth, "Don't cancel anything."
Right now, it's a lot of money. I know that tonight,
even to this day, I can't listen to the audio of that meeting.
In heaven. And so tonight we're going to do that. We're going to move ahead. We're going to walk by faith, not
I haven't
by
authorized the use of
Because I can hear the fear that was in my guts coming through my vocal cords when I listened to it. And I sounded strong, saying, "We're going to take those buses over there anyway, and we're going to pray over that building and trust God." And part of me believed that, but another part felt like this was the proof that I must not be the kind of leader that can build the kind of church that I was trying to build. So we began the process of calling in individual couples who were leaders in the church. And I wanted to meet with them and just share, this is our vision. It's not about buildings, it's about people. And to me, I sounded crazy while I was listening to myself. Hey, give a sacrificial offering, but we don't know what building we're building yet. Trust me, I've been a pastor 18 months. But I could see them looking at me kind of like, it wasn't clicking. In my office, I had a picture of me baptizing a kid, Josh Ferguson. And before I knew it, I found myself pointing at that picture, and I said to the couple, "You see that? That's what we're building."
Fergie was a little punk when he first started coming to Elevation and started volunteering in production. And I think he was like 16 years old. He's a little kid.
Fergie was this a borderline obnoxious teenage kid that you just loved. It's not just who he was as a person, but it's what he represented to all the people. Fergie represented somebody's brother. He represented somebody's child. He represented somebody's dorm mate in a college. Fergie represented the vision taking on flesh and actually having a face and having a name.
For the next 24 months, and I want you to know what you're given to. And since I didn't have a building, an artist rendering, an architectural drawing of a building, I got an artist rendering to show you what this vision is all about. Show them. That's what we're gonna dominate for. That's Josh. He's 16. He gave his life to Christ at Elevation. He's not the same anymore. He was going to hell without God. Now he has the next few decades of his life to make a difference in the world for God. And we baptized him on this stage at Providence High School back in May. We didn't just baptize him. Here's another one.
And there's a little bit of weak applause. The people are politely woo in the background, and crowd mics are barely picking them up. But I knew that the real test wouldn't be how much they clapped or cheered in that moment, but would they sacrifice? Would they give? Would they step out in faith? And I knew we would find that out at the end of the series when we had our commitment weekend.
I think it was November the 11th of 2007. You know, at the time we were meeting in a couple locations, and so we decided we were gonna bring everybody together. And this big old white tent that looks like the circus has come to town. It was the campaign to give to the future of what Elevation Church would be.
It was a strange mix of fear, nervousness, just, we didn't know what was gonna happen. That was the thing that was hanging over all of our heads that day. Are people actually going to take this step?
Now I'm calling them to come forward, and we had stations set up all around the tent. And as this next song plays, you're gonna bring your offering. And I closed my eyes, and people got up to move, but within just a couple of minutes, everybody was back at their seat. And I remember thinking, oh crap, they're rebelling. And at some point, Chunks told me, came over and told me what the number was at that point. And that number ended up being $600,000 that the people gave that day, with a pledge of over $6 million over the next couple of years.
$600,000. I mean, it was 15 times our normal weekly offering. It was crazy.
And I asked Chunks, I said, how did we collect so much money, but it was so quick? And he said, we had too many stations for people to give at. So, all of that fear was just because there were too many giving stations. No matter what happens in the scheme of our plans that we make, nothing's gonna stop the purpose of this church because the people are committed to it.
Like you were on staff at this church. I said, I'm gonna talk to the whole church like they are on staff, unpaid staff. Clarify that.
Just recently, I was up on stage on a Saturday night preaching about the vision statement of our church. And I'm closing my sermon on Saturday night. It's the first time I preached it. And I'm standing in this building that's the nicest building we've ever built, now broadcasting out to the world, all these locations, millions of dollars given by faithful people. And who's standing there running the camera right there out of the corner of my eye but Fergie?
When I would raise money, I had a picture of Fergie getting baptized on my wall, and when donors would come in and they'd say, what are we giving to? I point to Fergie getting baptized. I say, that's our mission. That's our mission. That boy, he's a man now. He's got some traps and some triceps, big old camera, runs this jib camera. There's only 3 people in the state of North Carolina licensed to run one of these. I made that part up, but he does run it. And he puts me on TV. He puts me on TV every week. 500,000 people watch on TV, thousands online, all that every week. And he shows that. Show them the crowd real quick if you can. I don't know if they have it set up for that, but just show them, Fergie, look what God's doing through you. Through you. And that's only a part of it. That's only a part of it. That's only a part of it.
This is still why we give. This is still why we do what we do. This is why you matter in this church.
It has always been about people. It will always be about people. And you get to see the moment that that belief actually comes to life.
Not only have we built buildings across the city of Charlotte, and not only do we actually own the Matthews Plaza that we were told we'd never have, but time and time again, the people of our church have given above and beyond to that same mission, to reach people.
I'm pretty glad that all of the people who gave when there was no building to see had a vision that was deeper